The US government, they recently elevated silver, copper, and uranium to its official critical mineral list. This is a classification which is typically reserved for materials essential to national security. In this landmark move, it reframes silver, copper, and uranium from being just industrial inputs to metals to strategic economic and national security importance, ultimately increasing the likelihood that these materials they could be included in future tariff policies. Now, for commodity traders, this is a game changer. Then there's the global transition towards green energy and artificial intelligence, which is already starting to play a critical role in supercharging demand for the world's highly essential commodities such as aluminium, copper, cobalt, nickel, lithium, palladium, platinum, uranium, zinc, and rare earth metals. And last but definitely not least, it is the December high stakes final FOMC monetary policy meeting of this year. That is gearing up to be one of the biggest macro trading events of 2025. Now, the importance of this macro event alone cannot be underestimated. It is going to provide significant volatility. Now, whilst there's no denying that gold is firmly on track to close 2025 with one of the strongest annual performances in modern financial history, whilst traders obsess about gold's meteoric rise, institutional investors they are quietly positioning themselves in what has increasingly been described as the hidden gem of the commodity market. That metal, it is copper. With global supply tight, structural demand accelerating, macro conditions aligning, copper is rapidly emerging as the next major opportunity, one that some market veterans they believe could deliver even greater upside than gold's historic breakout. One of the most striking signals flashing on traders' screens is the copper to gold ratio. That now sits at the lowest level in over 5 decades. Now, historically, this ratio it has acted as a powerful indicator of cyclical reversals in the global economy. Today, it's more than 2 standard deviations below its long-term average. In simple terms, copper is trading at one of the steepest discounts to gold in 50 years. Gold prices they've surged over 55% year to date, propelled by geopolitical tensions, US fiscal risks, and a large wave of central bank buying. Copper, by contrast, has largely been unresponsive to traditional demand variables, such as emerging market growth and industrial production. But this mismatch, that may be now reaching its breaking point. According to our analysts, the extreme dislocation it suggests copper is fundamentally undervalued. Once copper drivers reassert themselves, and they will, the correction in the copper to gold ratio that could be exponential. Copper's role in the global economy it has shifted dramatically over the past decade. Once viewed primarily as a cyclical industrial metal, it has now been elevated to strategic importance. The US Department they recently added copper to its official list of critical minerals. This is a designation signaling potential federal support, preferential tariff treatment, and heightened national security priority. Now, earlier this month, silver's inclusion on the same list, it triggered a rapid surge to new all-time record highs above $54.50 per ounce. If historical patterns they repeat, copper may be the next beneficiary of institutional capital rotation. As our analysts put it, silver's breakout that was sparked by its new critical minerals status. Copper's inclusion that could have even more dramatic impact, given its centrality in electrification and infrastructure. Now, copper demand it currently sits at roughly 25 million tons annually. Achieving global net zero targets by 2050, that will require the figure to double nearly by 50 million tons. The strongest demand growth that comes from the following forces: electrification and EV revolution. Copper usage in electric vehicles that could increase 12-fold as the world accelerates towards full electrification. Each EV requires between 60 to 90 kilograms of copper, far higher than traditional combustion vehicles. AI-driven energy consumption also plays a major part. Global data centers powering artificial intelligence that could consume an additional 2,200 terawatts of electricity by 2035. The Gold and Silver Club's research team They estimate that this alone it will drive copper demand for grid infrastructure to 1.1 million tons by the year 2030. We have a chronic supply shortage. So despite soaring demand, global copper supply it is shrinking, mine grades they're deteriorating, new discoveries are scarce, and geopolitical instability that is hampering existing production. Our analysts at the Gold and Silver Club, they forecast record supply deficits for years to come. Now, a tightening market with surging demand that can only result in one outcome: much higher prices. Now, for now, most traders they remain distracted by gold's extraordinary performance, but seasoned investors and institutional players they are quietly accumulating copper, positioning ahead of what may become the next major bull cycle. Once copper finally breaks out, the move could be explosive. Liquidity will tighten, positioning will crowd, and today's discount valuations they will evaporate. As our analysts put it, if you missed out on gold's move, copper may be the next big chance. This time the upside could be even greater. The opportunities for those who know how to navigate these markets with accuracy and precision, they are massive. In fact, it's times like these that do make millionaires and billionaires out of regular people. Our clients are living proof. As you can see from our testimonials, our clients at the Gold and Silver Club are utilizing a proprietary research-driven trading approach. They have already locked in 6, 7, and 8-figure returns this year, and we still have another 1.5 months left to go. Even the likes of Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Bank of America, they have begun preparing their clients for what they predict could be the most lucrative final quarter of the year in modern history. In fact, the same can be said at the Gold and Silver Club. We have already briefed, prepared, and positioned our clients ready to make the final 6 weeks of the year their biggest and best yet. The only question is, will you join them? This is your moment. Don't let another year slip away with regret. Go to jointhegoldandsilverclub.com now to learn how our mentorship program can take your trading to the next level. Time, it is the most valuable commodity that you will ever own. Don't waste it. The time to take action is now. As a member, you get access to our exclusive live trading room webinars. You get access to real-time trade ideas, access to institutional research and market intelligence, access to our private members academy website, and also support and one-to-one mentoring. For more information, just go to jointhelivetradingroom.com. The link is also below this report in the description. So just click on the link, make an application. We will get in touch ASAP.